So, one of the things I've been looking at is just how when people do the right thing in our federal agencies or in law enforcement and uphold the Constitution like they're supposed to, it seems that what happens is they're reprised against. When we have whistleblowers coming forward telling us about something the government's doing that's violating our rights, then the same thing is happening. And they're also getting attacked, politically persecuted, and targeted. So, what does that do, really? Then create a culture where people in law enforcement and in federal agencies might be fearful of losing their jobs and maybe much more for doing the right thing and for refusing to violate the American people's rights when they're given an order to do so. So my question is, where does this end? Because even if a supervisor is the one that's trying to do the right thing and saying, hey, you don't have to follow those illegal orders because I'm not going to enforce it, then what's to stop the person above that supervisor doing the same thing to that supervisor, right? Taking them out for not following that illegal order. And really, what this amounts to is a mafia-style system where people are afraid to do the right thing, afraid of losing their jobs and being targeted, which means that pretty much everyone in that organization is going to get that message and violating their oaths and obeying illegal orders. And one of my ideas of how to resolve this situation was to have stricter laws protecting whistleblowers so that reprisal and anyone that was committing reprisal against a whistleblower would face strict consequences. However, then we get back to the original situation where who is the one giving the illegal order, right? How far up the chain does that illegal order come from? And is there a possibility, really, that they're really going to enforce strict regulations and punishments against people doing the reprisal when the people at the top are the ones giving the illegal orders? And I'm gonna guess, just by the track record and what we've seen with this government letting each other off the hook, I'm gonna guess that the same thing would probably happen, even if there was some kind of laws put in place. But I'm gonna guess that they would never even put those laws in place. So that brings us back to the whole top-down model and the situation we're in, where when we have corrupt people at the top giving orders to people to do illegal things and to violate the American people's rights, then where does it stop? And how can it stop unless we change the system so it's not top down and there's set, unbending consequences for whistleblower reprisal, or we have a change at the top where that corruption is removed and we no longer have those leaders giving those unconstitutional orders in the first place.